Namaskar. Today we will study allergic or hypersensitivity reactions. Allergy is derived from two words allos. Allos means altered and ergos means energy, that is altered energy. These allergic reactions are also called as hypersensitivity reactions. That means it is a type of adverse drug reaction ADR in which the drug induces immune reaction. Our immune system gets activated in response to the drug and the sensitivity is more than normal. That's why it is becoming hypersensitivity reactions. So all these allergic or hypersensitivity reactions can be divided into four types: type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. And type 1 allergic reactions are also known as immediate hypersensitivity reactions because they are immediate within 12 hours. Within 12 hours it is shown, so it is immediate hypersensitivity reactions. And immunoglobulin E has a role in it, so it can also be called as immunoglobulin E mediated hypersensitivity reactions, and also known as anaphylactic reactions because they can produce anaphylaxis and it is severe and it can be fatal. The second type, type 2, is autoimmune reactions. Autoimmune reactions means here the drug can bind to a specific cell and then the antibodies can act against those cells and can destroy those cells. So it will be cytotoxic reactions and our own immune system is acting against our own cells. So this is autoimmune or cytotoxic reactions, type 2. And type 3 is immune complex mediated reactions. That means the drug acts as an antigen and in response to the antigen the antibody is produced. Now this antigen antibody complex can cause certain reactions. They are included as type 3 allergic reactions. And finally we have the type 4 allergic reactions or delayed hypersensitivity reactions. These are cell mediated allergy and delayed because it occurs after 48 to 72 hours. So immediate type 1 because within 12 hours, delayed because it is after 48 to 72 hours. So now one by one if we discuss the type 1 allergic reaction. Type 1 allergic reaction, this is immediate one, and the example if we say the most common example is our penicillin induced allergic reaction, and you might have heard that penicillin injection in certain individuals can cause death also. So this penicillin has to be tested before administration, and even if it is from a different batch also again it has to be tested. So this type 1 reaction, how this occurs, the drug or the allergen here is the drug, here suppose penicillin, with a carrier it forms a drug carrier complex and binds to the macrophages. Then the immunoglobulin E forming precursor cells also bind to the macrophages. So suppose this is macrophage and the drug carrier complex is there, then this is the drug carrier complex A and this is the macrophage, and this immunoglobulin E forming precursor cells also bind, and then there will be proliferation of immunoglobulin E producing cells by the action of interleukin 4. So interleukin 4 facilitates this proliferation, whereas interferon gamma inhibits this proliferation. Then this proliferation of immunoglobulin E producing cells results in release of immunoglobulin E. We call it immunoglobulin E regenic antibodies, and these antibodies then have receptors on the mast cells which are the specialized basophil cells. So these mast cells now bound with the immunoglobulin E, and now what happens? The allergen, the drug, now binds to specific antibody, that is your immunoglobulin E, on the surface of the mast cell. So allergen or drug now binds to the specific immunoglobulin E antibody on the surface of mast cell, which causes the degranulation of mast cell. And we know mast cell contains a number of mediators, and those mediators like histamine, kinin, leukotriene, prostaglandin, serotonin, PAF, all these can be released. So they can be divided as suppose some are there which can increase the vascular permeability, like histamine, your bradykinin, they can increase the vascular permeability, and some also act as chemotactic factor, also can activate the inflammatory cells, and the leukotriene, prostaglandin are coming under that. Okay, and other mediators are also released through serotonin, PAF. So all these mediators now act on smooth muscle and other end organs to cause anaphylaxis, and the symptoms will be urticaria, angioedema, there will be bronchospasm, circulatory collapse, and the patient may die. So it may be fatal. So this is the only one type of allergic reaction which may be fatal. The others are not fatal. Type 1 is fatal, and this is actually a systemic one, that's why it becomes fatal. And this same mechanism can be possible locally in the bronchial tract in case of bronchial asthma. So that we can call as local anaphylactic reactions. And several other drugs are also there which also produce anaphylactoid reactions. For example, your iodine containing diagnostic contrasts after intravenous administration can also produce anaphylactic reactions. Your aspirin can also produce, but aspirin and iodine induced anaphylactic reactions does not involve this immune system, so they are not coming under type 1 allergic reactions. That action is only anaphylactic reactions. They resemble this one, but they are not coming under type 1. Type 1, a very good example is your penicillin induced hypersensitivity reaction or immediate hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, and this is coming under type 1 because the immune system is involved. And if there is say penicillin induced hypersensitivity, we can also block this. So here the drugs like corticosteroids can be used. Corticosteroids can inhibit the generation of interleukin 4 and can inhibit the proliferation of immunoglobulin E producing cells. And this degranulation of mast cell can also be inhibited by mast cell stabilizers like cromolyn sodium and adrenaline. Okay, and once they are released, we can use antagonists of specific mediators like antihistamine like ketotifen. So ketotifen, particularly in case of your bronchial asthma, it can be used. And similarly, we can here use leukotriene receptor antagonist like your montelukast. So we can use all these drugs, but in case of penicillin induced hypersensitivity, most commonly used drug is your adrenaline, and we can also use your corticosteroids. Then type 2 allergic reactions are also called as autoimmune reactions or cytotoxic reactions. What happens here? The antigen binds to a cell in our body. Suppose it is bind to a blood cell, then the antibody, which may be immunoglobulin G or immunoglobulin M, then binds to this blood cell and cause the destruction of this blood cell, and that's why we call it as autoimmune reaction. And since there will be a destruction of the cell, it is also called cytotoxic reaction. And the complement system may have a role in this also, and we are giving some examples here. Methyl dopa methyl dopa binds to your RBC. So RBC is destroyed, causing hemolytic anemia. So it is a type 2 adverse allergic reaction. Then quinidine binds to platelets, causing thrombocytopenic purpura. So that is one type 2 allergic reaction. Then clozapine binds to your granulocytes, causing the antibodies when bind to these granulocytes, that will cause agranulocytosis. So these are some of the examples of type 2 allergic reaction. Now let us go to the type 3. Type 3, also known as immune complex mediated allergic reactions, and we also call them as serum sickness and vasculitis reactions. And the serum sickness is characterized by your urticaria, arthritis, lymphadenopathy, fever, etc. And here what happens, the antigen or the drug forms a complex with the antibody, and when the antigen is more than the antibody, they will bind to the organs like your skin, joint, and causing all these reactions of serum sickness. And when there is more antibody than the antigen, then the antigen precipitates at the site of entry. Suppose the site of entry is skin, so it is site of entry. At the site of entry, it is precipitated. So antigen is precipitated at the site of entry, and suppose it is precipitated at skin, then it will cause Arthus reaction. So Arthus reaction. So this is an example. So in both cases, whether antigen is more than antibody or antibody is more than antigen, in both the cases this can be the possibility. And some examples are thiouracil, anticonvulsants, iodides causing vasculitis or angiitis is an example of your type 3 allergic reaction. Sulfonamides show Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is a group of signs and symptoms like arthritis, nephritis, myocarditis. All these things occur in Stevens-Johnson syndrome caused by sulfonamides. This is another example of immune complex mediated or type 3 allergic reaction. Then we will have type 4. Type 4 or delayed hypersensitivity reactions. These are called delayed hypersensitivity reactions because they occur after 48 to 72 hours. And these are all called cell mediated allergy, and the most common example is contact dermatitis caused by topically administered drugs, mostly topically administered say antibiotics. Neomycin is a very good example of delayed hypersensitivity reaction or type 4 allergic reaction producing drug, neomycin. Then antibacterials including your sulfonamides can also produce, and some perfumes, some cosmetics can also produce type 4 allergic reaction. And local anesthetic like your Procaine can also cause the type 4 allergic reaction. And some plants and some foods are also causing your type 4 allergic reaction. And your Montauk's test to diagnose your tuberculosis by intradermal tuberculin injection, that is another beautiful example of your type 4 allergic reaction. So all those drugs which we just discussed, topical drugs which produce contact dermatitis, and contact dermatitis is characterized by your redness, scaling, itching of your skin. So those are very good examples of type 4 allergic reactions. Thank you.